Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dystopian Simulation Radio. I'm your host, Linz.
And I'm Michael.
But you're not the Canadian Michael. You're another Michael.
I am. I'm a new and different Michael stepping in today.
Or are you? You could be like a skinwalker. It is DSR. You could be Michael doing a funny accent.
It's a funny accent. I suppose it's funny if you're Canadian.
Exactly. We don't often have Southerners on here, so. But you're kind of a Northerner now. Like, how long have you been in the North, Michael?
Well, I've been in the Northeast for 11 years now, which means I'm almost close to being nearly acceptable to say that I live up north.
Yeah, you're adopted. You're officially adopted. It's long enough. You've done the time.
Oh, it's good. It's good to know I've got that approval from somebody who's not in the north. I'll use that next time I'm talking to people.
Do you know what's funny though? I don't think we've ever had other British people on the podcast. Come to think of it. Yeah, we've only had Canadians and Americans, I'm pretty sure. And I think you're the first other British person. So everyone's going to be hearing a whole different accent today. So which part of the country are you from, Michael?
I'm from the southeast, East Anglia, the land of the fens.
Is there no hills in East Anglia?
There are no hills. Like if the land goes up a couple of feet, we call it a hill. It's
I never noticed that the whole time I was there.
Honestly, I moved up here and I nearly died going to get a sandwich at the end of the road because there were suddenly hills, and I was like, "What is this? My legs can't cope. I'm supposed to be moving smoothly along, and you're making me go on an incline."
Oh, but like East Anglia, there's a lot of folklore, isn't there?
Oh, it's a weird place.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's great though, and it's one of those things you get. You think, you get used to where you live. And then it was like one night I was driving north through what they call the Fenland, and the mists rolled in, and it's this amazing thing where there's no street lighting. So you're just going along this road with no road markings. And then there are two kind of waterways either side of the road, which are perfectly black and perfectly reflective, and then just mist as far as you can see, and it is genuinely like just driving into a horror movie, which is fantastic for me. But other people say it's a little bit disturbing. Never found a Wicker Man though.
I was going to say that's how I imagine you were born onto the earth. You just came out of one of those.
just walked out of the mist.
Just fully grown. You just walk out.
Just emerged out of the water
with a paintbrush.
a paintbrush in hand, like a really grumpy mermaid.
Yeah, merman.
That's slightly better.
Yeah, so for anyone who has, like, we've literally just gone into stories here, but Michael is an artist. That's how I just describe you to everyone. Michael's an artist, and we met through. Not to be too doxable, how can I say this? Through art and depression combined.
That is about the best description of both my career and art that I can think of.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah.
You're Brian in the basement of the spaced house.
Oh, I would dream of being Brian in the basement. But yeah, absolutely. I'm like if instead of smashing an egg, Brian was like painting gloopy face people. That's exactly where I'm at.
Yep. Do you want to share any of your socials and stuff? You don't have to, but if you want to, yeah.
If anybody out there likes weird and creepy stuff, which you probably do if you're listening to this, you can go look for Dreams of Ego on the internet and the socials and things like that, and you'll find my work. And there is actually on my website a series of American folkloric illustrations which might float your boat. We covered the Wendigo and Tupilak and things like that.
Ooh, I didn't know you had a website.
I know. I'm of that age where I have an internet presence. I mean, I don't think I've updated it for about a year, but I have one. So
you should update it because I know you've done a lot of stuff recently.
I do keep busy, yeah. I've in fact I've got just in case you have any local listeners, I do work with an organisation called Nout Special. It's like an artist collective, and we've got a show coming up in Newcastle in August where I'll be doing some live painting at the Four Quarters Arcade Bar. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Okay. I think we do have local listeners, actually. So that's good. So you can see Michael in the flesh. Is that scary to you, Michael?
Depends how much flesh, but yeah, that'll be all right.
You will be wearing a leotard.
I will be wearing a leotard. I'll borrow Chris's.
All right, Michael. So what have you brought me here today to tell me about? Because you are going to be presenting a story to me.
I mean, I am stepping into some pretty big shoes that Chris has left behind, and I'm going to try and present you. Very literally. I mean, I cannot even begin to step into those giant shoes, but I will do my best. They're kind of like
boats. You could sail back to East Anglia in them.
Well, we'll get on to a whole other topic there, but there used to be a whole society of people in East Anglia that lived on the waterways and would have had those kind of big shoes and things like that. So maybe that's a story for another time, but Chris could well be spending some time walking the fens in his giant shoes. You never know. He's probably not, but anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, likely not. He's probably in front of a laptop.
So, yes, today's case, I am bringing you a shocking story. And I know we've had some incredible stories on the show before, but I think this one's really gonna sway you to the reality of magical telepathic dwarves.
Excuse me.
Now, before we go any further, I should explain that this isn't just any situation. This is something that takes place up in the Borders. And for any listeners who don't know the Borders is basically the land where England and Scotland meet. And it's a very kind of strange place. There's a lot of folklore. There's a lot of odd goings on that happen there. But I'm going to take you back, Linz, to the winter of 1708 and a genuine shocking event, which was the midnight wedding at Ellieslaw Castle. Or castle.
That sounds so made up.
Well, we'll see how it goes, because our story doesn't actually begin in that castle, but miles out on the bleak, wind-swept expanse of Mucklestane Moor. Are you sold yet?
Again, it sounds made up, and it's giving Golden Axe.
I mean, let's not get into Gilia's Thunderhead, but this is the time that a mysterious figure, and not to draw on your earlier conversation, but the locals said that he seemed to magically appear out of the mists.
It's you!
They
it's
called
origin
him.
Story.
Well, he was only 3 feet tall, which might give you a bit of a view in my relative size to Chris. But the locals called him Elshenda the Recluse, or Canielshi, and he was unlike anyone they'd ever seen before. As I say, he was barely 3 foot tall, and his body was violently misshapen. Legs were twisted like gnarled roots, but he had the upper torso and arms of a giant. They said that he had superhuman strength and was able to drag huge boulders across the heather to build himself a stone hovel. And he was a real misanthrope who cursed the sight of humanity, and the locals swore he was in league with the devil, possessed the evil eye, and if you crossed his path on the moor, it was a death sentence. Cut to Elizabeth Vere, the young, wealthy heiress to the grand estate of Ellieslaw. Now, she was in love with a noble named Patrick Earnscliff, but her father, the ruthless laird Richard Vere, had darker plans. He was plotting a Jacobite rebellion to overthrow the crown, and to fund his war, he needed money. So what do when you're a laird? You barter your daughter for marriage.
The Americans are like, what?
It's the thing you do. You're a laird. You go, I need to get a bit of cash. You just flog your daughter off to somebody else. So in the dead of night, Isabella gets abducted from her home, dragged to the altar at the chapel of Ellieslaw Castle, when her captor was Frederick Langley, a cruel nobleman who'd promised her father an army in exchange for Isabella's hand in marriage. They locked the chapel doors, and the priest, under threat of death, began the wedding ceremony. Now, just as the clock on the castle tower began to strike midnight, the priest asked if anyone objected. And suddenly, the oak chapel doors burst open, and in strode the Black Dwarf of Mucklestane Moor, faster than anyone could see. And in his hand he held a single blood-red rose that Isabella had left him on the moor when she'd previously come across him and begged for mercy. Now, reaching up to throw back his hood, the dwarf revealed his true identity as Sir Edward Morley. Years prior, he'd been wealthiest, most powerful men in Scotland, but had been betrayed, robbed, and left for dead by the man at the altar, Isabella's father. Morley had faked his death, retreated to the wilderness, and used his vast fortune to buy up all of the debts and land that Richard Vere ever owned. And so, in his moment of vengeance, he broke the marriage, banished the treacherous suitor, saved the Jacobite conspiracy, and gave Isabella her freedom, letting her marry her true love Patrick, and then, quickly as he'd arrived, he vanished back into the night, leaving behind this legend. So what do you think, Linz?
First of all, your storytelling is top tier. I almost milk and cookied it and just went to bed.
I'm available for voiceover work.
Yeah, seriously. You can tell you have kids. I was like, oh my gosh, then what? Well, that was fantastic. Yeah, very, very folklore unbelief. Is this real? Are you saying this is a real story?
Well, I'm curious what you think. Are you convinced? Does this feel like something that really happened?
No, it definitely doesn't feel like something that really happened. It's a good story, but I'm just that did not happen.
All right. You caught me, Linz. You caught me.
I thought you were going to say, well, it did.
Oh, it gets stranger. So listen to this. Some of your eagle-eared viewers might recognise this because it's from a fairly famous Gothic novella from the early 19th century called The Black Dwarf. However...
I've never heard of it. And also, I didn't know eagle-eared was the saying.
I thought, eagle-eyed, and then I was like, no one can see this, and that's not going to make any sense. And
we can see it in our minds, Michael. It's called the imagination.
Well, any of your imaginally eagle-eyed viewers might have spotted that.
Perfect.
And yeah, it's a novella from the 19th century. It was quite famous, and it was called The Black Dwarf. However, it's based on true events.
Yes.
Sort of.
Oh.
So, the really exciting thing about this, Linz, and why I think your listeners are really going to enjoy it, is that the start of our story is literally something that could have happened to you or Chris if you were doing this podcast in the 1700s. Which
part of it? That Chris would become a dwarf?
He'd be a very large one. I mean, but no, you shall see as this story unfolds just how you could have ended up as part of this story very easily.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to bring you a little bit forward in time to 1797. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a trainee lawyer and an aspiring writer named Walter, who was interested in ghost stories and local myths. And he was on holiday at Halyards, which is a country manor near Peebles, which is about 25 miles south of Edinburgh. Now, he heard some stories from the locals about someone who went by many names. He was called Crooked Davie, or Bow'd Davie, or the Brown Man of the Moors. And this sort of creature was said to have this really strange appearance, and it was matched by a really cruel, misanthropic attitude, which the farmers seemed deeply afraid of. Now, the story was that Davy was only 3.5 feet tall, with twisted, withered legs that were like corkscrews. So he couldn't wear shoes, and he had to wrap his legs in cloths.
Oh.
Despite this, he was said to be inhumanly strong, with the shoulders of a blacksmith and a chest as wide as an iron stove. And it's said that he lived in a stone cottage that he'd built with his bare hands, far away from anyone else, in a place called Manor Valley. The locals also told Walter that Davy possessed strange occult abilities, including superhuman strength and telepathy. He would know if you'd entered his valley without him ever having to see you, and what was more, he would know if you had any malicious intent against him. So if you had any ill feelings, he'd be waiting for you, ready to curse you or your cattle with the evil eye, or simply beat you with his extraordinary strength for daring to seek him harm. So, put yourself in Walter's shoes here, Linz. Let's be honest. What would you do?
You know what I would do, Michael. I'd be straight down there.
Straight down there, absolutely. And this is what I mean. This is where you and Chris would be right in this boy's shoes, right?
But I've got a question.
Go on.
You said that he knew when people were on his land, right? Like he would know and he would go and confront them or something. What
Psychic
if
powers?
Yeah, well, psychic powers, or he was just constantly going around going, maybe he was sitting at home, right? And he was like, I've got a feeling there's someone out there on my land. And he goes to check and there's no one, like 50 times. And then that one time there is a guy and he's like, I knew it. And then everyone thinks he's psychic.
Well, that is a possibility. It did also occur to me that he might have had a window, but the locals
like he's got
were
a dog or something.
just looks at the dog's barking. Oh, right, okay, yeah, somebody
exactly.
coming. I mean, I'm not suggesting that perhaps the farmers were a little bit superstitious, but you know,
a little bit.
I'm just saying, there's no evidence that he wasn't psychic yet. That's what I'm saying, Linz. I'm going to put it out there. You can't prove he wasn't psychic.
Like in a court of law, in a court of law, you bring a man and you go, well, you prove to me that he's not psychic. It's like, no, you're supposed to prove that he is.
Well, you know, defamation laws are very difficult, Linz. It depends which side of the Atlantic you're on.
Okay, so Ryder hears about it and he's like, hell yeah.
Absolutely. The father of the guy that Walter was staying with, Dr. Ferguson, offered to take him to Davy's house. And together they journeyed there, and they found that it was just as the locals had described, a stone cottage with a door that was so low you had to crouch to enter it. Now, when they arrived, Walter went into the cottage to find Davy sat inside on a low stool, and he was just as described by the locals. And you will be very pleased to know, Linz, that I have a picture.
Oh,
I have a picture,
God.
and I would like you to describe this gentleman to your listeners.
Oh, gladly. Oh, so he's not what I expected.
So that's okay. An engraving, but yeah, what say what you
right.
see.
So we have a man here with, it's just like you described. So the lower half of his body, like his legs and from the waist down, is like very compact. He has his legs wrapped. He's wearing, but from I'd say like the waist up, he kind of looks like in proportion to, let's say, someone of like average stature and build. And he's got a long stick with a little spike on the end. One of his arms is kind of like wrapped in a checkered shawl that's like going around his body. And the other one is out gripping this like kind of stick speary looking thing. He has a beard. He has a long pointed nose, a a chin that kind of projects out. He looks a bit like, oh, I'm having a shit day. Probably every day was a shit day. And he has like a wrapped, almost turban-like headwear with a small, what would you call that on the top? Like a little...
It looks like the back of a lemon, but I'm assuming it's not.
Yeah, it's some kind of like small cap thing. I don't know what people really wore back then. But yeah, and he's got like a suit jacket kind of looking thing. No, maybe like just a work jacket that buttons up. But yeah, and he's standing on the grass with, I'm assuming, his house in the background. But yeah, he just looks a bit sad, but it's kind of as you described. And he looks sad. Oh.
Oh, well, if you imagine him sat in his house in the dark on this little stool, and he's kind of glaring at you as you kind of come inside, as Walter steps inside. And then all of a sudden, with a speed that they couldn't possibly imagine, he leaps forward, slams the door shut, and pulls an iron bolt across, trapping Walter in the house with him.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, first of all, I don't know how you feel about it, Michael, but when people show up to your house unannounced, bad enough, right? When they come in, I mean, nightmare.
Well,
I mean, you've got to lock them in and eat them at that point.
Well, you think so, I mean, I'm going to be honest. When people turn up unannounced, I'm keen to get them out as quickly as possible. I don't.
Yeah,
locking them in feels like the wrong move for me.
Like a Jehovah's Witness situation. Like if they're ever invited in, even they're suspicious. They're like, oh God, it's happening.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if you invite them in, it's like vampires, and then they're allowed.
I know. Okay, so poor Walter is now locked inside.
He's now locked inside
cottage.
And Davy grabs him by the wrist with a ridiculous amount of strength and growls, "Hey, only a mighty power," whilst pointing to the corner of his room.
What?
Yeah. So that was, have you any almighty power?
Oh.
Now, at this point, we don't actually know what happens after this, because Dr. Ferguson, who's outside and can just hear this shout from inside, he's banging on the door, shouting to get in. And then Davy opens the door and lets Walter out. And the records say that Walter was as pale as ashes and shaking in every limb. And this encounter was recorded in both Walter's own testimony and a series of essays called Hore Subscivae, which means leisure hours.
Subscivae.
Hore Subscivae, or leisure hours, which was a series of essays by Dr. John Brown, published in the mid-1800s. So, what are we thinking, Linz? Are you any more convinced by the existence of this dwarf with the evil eye and psychic powers?
Convinced, no. Intrigued, yes. I mean, there could well be a man who is angry and lives in a little cottage, and yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, I guess. But I mean, the strength, I can see it. But you did mention telepathy earlier, and that I don't believe it. I'm going to need more evidence. I'm going to need more evidence, and I'm hoping that it's coming, because I know that you wouldn't bring me a story that didn't have a lot of evidence.
Oh, we've got evidence, Linz, and it is
knew it. I knew
ironclad.
It. I knew it. Today's the day that I believe.
Proof
yep.
Positive. So now this whole incident and this man might have disappeared into obscurity if it wasn't for the fact that the Walter in our story went on to become Sir Walter Scott, the famous Scottish novelist and poet.
Oh.
And he actually became a frequent visitor with this Davy.
Okay, a little something going on there romantically, maybe.
Maybe, because in the dark corner of the house.
In the dark corner?
In the dark corner?
Why did you turn New York? What,
it's my generic accent.
I can't breathe. That took me right out of the story. Over there, in the dark corner.
In the dark corner.
You've gone like...
Get out of my stone hovel.
Oh, I can't breathe. Okay. Oh, okay.
Anyway, in the dark corner, the corner of his room that he pointed to was a bookshelf. And amongst other works on there was a copy of Paradise Lost.
Ooh, classic.
So the suggestion is that this aggressive question about whether or not he had any almighty power was probably something more philosophical. Now, as a result of the kind of vicarious fame from the Black Dwarf novella and Walter Scott's kind of prominence, essays and records of this so-called Crooked Davie were written and preserved. And so we actually have quite a bit of information about him.
Yes.
So we can definitively say that this man existed. His name was David Ritchie, and much of what I'm about to tell you is drawn from a book called The Life and Anecdotes of the Black Dwarf by William Chambers. But actually, Linz, I've got another image for you. I would like you to read the full title of this book so that everyone can understand what we're dealing with here.
It's not in old-timey words, is it? No, okay.
No, you're all right.
The Life and Anecdotes of the Black Dwarf, or David Ritchie, commonly called Bow'd Davie of Manor, Trebleshire, the celebrated original of the character of Elshender in the Tales of My Landlord. Bloody hell, is this the title?
It's still going.
Together with the part of a curious journal. I thought it said found in his butt. The type is changing font so much and it's so blurry to me. Found in his hut after his decease. Comprising all the most interesting passages in the life of that. Singular misanthrope with an elegy on his death. Oh my god, that was the title.
That was the title of the book.
It's in 100 different fonts too.
Well, you can't get your money's worth, Linz.
Holy crap. Wow.
I can only assume that the author just hated typesetters.
Well, they were relatively new. To get found in his butt after his decease.
I want you to remember that, Linz, because the ignominy of what we're about to hear, followed by his legacy being that a diary was found in his butt, is going to come back to haunt you. But anyone who's interested, you can actually read this entire book online. It's available for download at electricscotland.com.
Electric Scotland.
Electricscotland.com. Yeah, we could
Sounds
probably
like
do a show note
disco.
thing. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you from this book the real story of David Ritchie.
Have you read it all?
No. I've skimmed it, Linz.
I was going to say, you must be the fastest reader in all of history.
I've skimmed it.
Okay.
I may have made use of some summarizing websites, but
okay.
Here we go. So David Ritchie was born in 1735 and he was the son of a quarry labourer. Although Davie attributed what were called at the time his deformities to ill guiding in his childhood.
Ill guiding
in his childhood. Okay. They seem to have been present from birth. Now, to give you some idea, his father said that Davie's ferocious temper was because he was born to slay or be slain, which, is pretty metal.
Yeah.
But although he didn't spend more than a few months at school, he was actually able to read English really well and was apprenticed to a brushmaker in Edinburgh. So, didn't become a quarry worker. He went off to Edinburgh to make brushes, which, Seems like a reasonable life, I thought.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, because of his appearance, he basically got hounded out of the city and ended up becoming a hermit. A
Herbert? Who's he?
He ended up becoming a right hermit. That's the southern coming in. So he went back home to Peebles, and he lived on charity. So, his kind of misanthropy, as you said earlier, was probably well earned, because one of the anecdotes describes him going into Peebles for, a shave and a haircut. But the barber only kind of did half of his face and then kicked him back out on the street so that everyone laughed at him.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah. So, the people of Peebles, probably a bunch of knobs.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they're the ones that live in a place called Peebles.
Well, you've got to remember that
that was so childish.
The town of Peebles in the borough of Peeblesshire,
Peebles.
Peeblesshire. I'll tell you what, Linz, you're gonna have one listener from Peebles.
I know.
I'm kidding. Like, how dare you?
How dare you laugh at Peebles? I'm not laughing at tiny testicles, okay? Just
surely that would be Weebles.
Weebles. Sorry, this is so childish.
It's what people come for, Linz.
Proceed.
Right. So basically, to live off of what he had, he used to sort of travel between pubs and farmhouses, telling funny stories, and never really staying more than one night each time he went to a home. And it's from these visits that stories of some of his remarkable abilities started. So one night, he was in a farmhouse about an hour west of Peebles, and he was said to have just disappeared miraculously at bedtime, much to the alarm of the rest of the household. And just as they set about searching for him, didn't know where he'd gone, he hadn't said anything. And just as they were about to give up, they heard a voice calling from above them, and they found him sitting on a beam at least 20 feet above the ground, having apparently climbed up there when no one was looking in order to give them a fleg or scare. So this was among some other anecdotes that show that he was incredibly agile in climbing, and he used to perform other tricks such as balancing on his head or lifting heavy stones, which obviously started to add to this legend of his extraordinary abilities. Now, as he got older, he built himself a home. That part is true. He took on almost all the construction by himself, and a local landowner kind of said, you can build a house there if you want. So he rolled these huge boulders down the hill and started stacking them together. But then once he was set, he started surrounding it with beehives and willow and rowan trees, and generally looked after the place quite well. And it was described to be more like a fairy bower than a wizard's den. And he started to get regular visitors, including the aforementioned Walter Scott. So, what are we thinking of? Are we feeling a little bit happier about Davie? Are we convinced that he'd got something going on?
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt throughout this 37 minutes that he wasn't a bad guy. He was just bullied by the place that he lived. But it sounds like he's really trying to make himself a nice life, and maybe he's making himself a little bit popular with his abilities, instead of just being looked at like a bad omen or a curse on the land. so it looks like he's getting some good PR going for himself, which is pretty good. But I feel like it's going to go way downhill or something.
Well, we have one more thing to share with you, Linz, because that kind of sounds pretty normal, doesn't it? He's got himself his little cottage and he's living his life. But
sounds
we have
lovely.
Another dip into the paranormal.
Okay.
And although it's clear that Davie had this kind of aura of the paranormal about him, some of the locals thought, because this book contains several stories of warlockery and supernatural strength. But there's one particular tale I want you to share with your listeners by doing us the honour of reading it direct from Davie's mouth. This is in his own words.
Okay.
And I'm going to get you to read this.
As long as it's not in that freaking font.
No,
thank God.
No, I've copied it across. So, Linz, if you will.
So this is from his diary?
Yeah, this is essentially his diary, the aforementioned journal found in his hut.
Okay. Tuesday was at Glenrith. Stayed 2 days and geared over to Hasselsyke's. Yes. They wanted me to stay to shoot some evil spirits or a geist, which is ghost, I imagine. They appeared every night, and mice feared every honour them out to their wits. And the glower men, they loaded their gun and gave it to me. Gave me the gun, says I shoot him though he should be the devil himself. Oh my God. It's getting worse. I's cow him, E2. I's ways a brace of bullets through his infernal guts, and if I cannot do that, I'll run him through with a hay fork. Imagine writing in your accent.
Well, how else did you write this?
Isn't that mad? But like, I don't write in my accent. Do you? Do you write in yours?
Constantly, yeah. I'm always.
There's a chance.
One considers one's accent to be well stated in the English language.
Imagine just someone writing, it was an alright day today.
I see people writing like that all the time.
True, yeah. I suppose he was writing in his journal. It was an alright day today, wasn't
it? Proper canny.
It's a proper canny day, man. But it is his journal, isn't it? So
It is. But to decipher that,
okay, to the content, yes.
Are you clear what happened there, right?
Okay, hang on. He stayed 2 days somewhere. They wanted him to shoot evil spirits with what? A salt gun? I don't know. Or a ghost that appeared every night and it scared everyone. Who's the glowerman? Glowerman. Loaded their gun, give it to me. It says, shoot him though he should be the devil himself. And he shot the devil in his infernal guts. And if he couldn't do that, he'd have to skew the devil with a pitchfork. Is that what I'm meant to take from that?
Yes, yeah. So
okay.
So the gloaming in there is a phonetic for gloaming, which means twilight.
Oh.
So basically, it was Tuesday. He was over at a mate's house, and they wanted him to stay around to bust some ghosts. Basically, they wanted him to shoot this ghost that appeared every twilight and was scaring them all. So they gave him a gun, and he said, I'll shoot him even if he's the devil. And if I can't get a brace of bullets through him, I'll stab him with a pitchfork. So, he is not scared of this ghost at all.
I think it's because he doesn't have the knowledge of how to kill them. One cannot stab a ghost with a pitchfork, David.
Well, he does not seem concerned about that at all. And maybe that's... And what I say to you, Linz, is that not evidence of his psychic supernatural abilities, that people are just like, you know what, we've got a ghost. Let's get Davie over. He can sort him out.
Why can Davie sort him out? Do they think he's operating in the same realm?
He's psychic, Linz. He's a psychic misanthrope, and he can.
Okay,
shoot ghosts,
I know he's psychic, right? But you don't have to be psychic to shoot a gun or wield a pitchfork. Like someone else could have done that. Like,
but it's a ghost, Linz.
Maybe. Because you said that Davie could scuttle pretty quick, right? Maybe in the night he scuttled over there, pretended to be the ghost, like clashing around and throwing some rocks at a window. They scuttled back home, knowing that like they would be like, "Oh, there's this ghost, and we're sick of it. We're all scared. Could you get rid of it?" And then he can go and save the day. It was a manufactured for good PR.
Oh, I you know what, Linz? I would love this to be a whole Scooby-Doo Ghostbuster situation.
It is.
I want to think of Davie scuttling around, hanging around the town of Peebles and faking ghost attacks so he can go and save them.
Drum up some good PR, right?
It would, but sadly, Linz, what actually happened in question on this night is that Davie wasn't scared at all. And the farmer had actually double loaded the weapon so that as Davy kicked open the door, saw an apparition and fired at it, the recoil knocked him over backwards.
No, Davy.
So, it may have been some kind of terrible, terrible joke. However, Davy, who scuttled off after this, as you said, attributed the recoil to being from the infernal worm-eaten ribs of the accursed Warricow that he'd shot at.
He was a good writer, wasn't he?
He was. And a Warricow, for those not familiar, is a monster or hobgoblin in Scottish. So this book has lots of great anecdotes, but this seems to draw us to a conclusion here, Linz. A mixture of real-life strangeness, gothic stories, fame, not so much fortune, but mysticism, magic and misanthropy. But what do you think, Linz, having heard all of that? Was David Ritchie really possessed of supernatural abilities? Or is this a case of fiction being stranger than the truth?
I think that you know what I think, Michael. I think this guy, he was strong because he relied heavily on the use of his arms to do everything. So he had upper body strength 100% because he used his upper body for everything. That's all that he had, basically. His legs were wrapped. He probably just, couldn't rely on them. So he probably did get really strong. As for the psychic thing, I think I think people were just superstitious and jumping to conclusions. Like, he's quite fast but small. It's like, yes, it's possible. There's quadriplegic people who can swim. They could do a lot of things, and this guy's had arms. So, like, he could get a lot of shit done. It didn't really limit him too much. He built a house. Like, I could see that he could do it, but it would probably take a while. And he was the son of a quarryman. He was probably like, this shit's in the blood. I can build a house. You're all just weak. You have to pay for everything. Not me, self-made. And then he was like, had to go around telling his stories, moving on so he wouldn't get bullied. And then eventually he was probably like, I'm just going to make up ghosts and goblins to scare everyone, and I'm going to save the day. And they're all going to be like, David, we love you. Here's a manor. Have my gold.
Aww.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I'd like to imagine that he did have psychic and telepathic kind of abilities, but if he did, he didn't really demonstrate them in a way that makes me go, wow, like, that's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm going to say, Liz, I sometimes feel that, if I was possessed of psychic powers, there's part of me that thinks, I'd want to use them to do incredible things. And
of course.
Save the day, maybe, become a secret agent or spy or whatever. But actually, there is a part of me that thinks, you know what? If I used my psychic powers to just know when someone was about to come round my house and
close the curtains,
curse them, curse them if I didn't like them, I feel like that might actually be the way I'd go.
So you just use it to curse the ops. You wouldn't like.
I'd just be like, oh God, Dave's coming around again. Close the curtains. I'm not in. Like a psychic ring doorbell. That would be.
Yeah, but then you could just have a ring doorbell.
Yeah, but I'd have psychic powers, Linz. But
you just have a ring doorbell. You don't need to be psychic. Like, just use it for anything else. Like the lottery, just use it for that. Then,
but I mean, this was the 1700s. They didn't have the lottery or ring doorbells.
True.
So I don't think we can conclusively disprove his lack of psychic abilities.
Wait, so in the oh, you know what? He should have said that he psychically lifted, like telekinesis, lifted the rocks to build his cottage. And that he could get up these like 20-foot beams because he can levitate, but only when people aren't looking at him.
I'm capable of incredible things as long as no one's looking at me.
That's what I always say.
Whenever you leave the room, I'm amazing.
I'm just great. Like, you should see me, but you can't. Well, that was the best story that I'll hear probably for several months. And I really do want to read that book. I really do.
You should look it up. I'll send the link, and it's all online, and you can have a look through. But yeah, it's mad. This little guy, and I'm going to take
don't patronize him. He's a psychic.
I tell you what, Liz, I'm taking away from this. I was a little bit sad when I researched this, but now I'm going to take away the story that he was out on the moors faking ghost stories like Scooby-Doo, but so he could come and get a couple of pints off his neighbours for taking care of the ghosts he created.
100%.
That's going to be what keeps me warm as I go to sleep at bed tonight, thinking about good old Davie.
Well, whatever your kinks are, Michael, we don't need to know about those.
I've got to say, Linz, that doesn't really sound like the DSR policy, but okay. Tune into Patreon for more of that.
Yeah, we've got to reboot the OnlyFins.
Oh, God.
I can't believe the Patreon started off with Chris reading dolphin erotica and Bigfoot erotica.
I mean, that sounds as likely as anything, if I'm honest, Linz.
True.
In his leotard.
No. Now imagining him as like the Big Show, because he was in kind of like a leotard situation, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, you laugh, but it's tradition, and we all know Chris likes a bit of tradition. So
you picked up on that, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Is there anything you want to add at the end? You've already shared your socials and stuff, so I guess.
I mean, like, subscribe to me, to DSR, to various other people who want those clicks, and yeah,
just telling people to like videos online.
just like stuff,
stuff online.
Modern economy.
Press the buttons.
just press buttons. Be a slave to that algorithm. The robots are coming.
Doom scroll
now. Appease them while you still can.
Be kind to them. Your new overlords are coming. Maybe they'll be better than the previous overlords. Who knows?
I mean, one overlord's got to be as good as another. A robot has never, shaved half my face and then laughed at me. So,
are you saying they're void of the cruelty of the human, so they could actually be better?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Unless they learn what power is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the experiments so far have not been positive, but
they can't dance for shit. I know that much.
Oh, a solid burn! You're gonna be first against the digital wall.
I mean, they're great. You're really good. Keep going.
Thank you, robot overlords.
Do you know what I always thought? Like, I always wonder why they tried to make robots like they're trying to make them like people. Like on two legs, and they can't balance for shit or anything. Like, why do they need to be people? Why can't they be on? Oh no, if they were on all fours, that would be so fucking terrifying.
I mean, you've seen the robot dog with the flamethrower on it, surely?
Yeah, but I was thinking like a larger one that was on that walked on four legs, but didn't have a man face. Like that would be wrong. Like that, maybe something that looked more like a horse or a dog. No, hear me out, right?
Robot horse.
Yeah, because right, if you had a robot horse in your house, it could have a little chair on its back, and then it could kneel down, and people who can't walk very far or need help, they could just sit on it, and it would be like the back in the old days. But you could charge the horse at night, and you could it could carry stuff for you. I guess it could stand on two legs if you needed it to. But why do they have to be human style robot aids in the house? Why can't they just be a little horse or something cuter? That's not going to ominously stand in the corner and charge, just staring you down. Why not?
I think, Linz, it's because everything in the house is designed for humans.
Yeah, but they don't need to use that shit.
How would your robot horse switch the lights on and off?
No, but I'm saying that it could. They can't. Horses can stand up for a minute.
Oh, so it'd be like a horse, but with human hands. on the end of its legs, and it would like
yeah,
rear
like
up.
it would need like like fingers and shit, right?
The fact that you think this is less terrifying to have a robot horse with human hands just rears up in the night and starts cooking or whatever.
Yeah, but by then, right, by the time those are good, we won't have to use like things like cookers in a traditional way. We'll probably just like go put ingredients in it and press a button and it does the thing. I don't know. Like old people just eat meals on wheels kind of things, don't they, anyway? So
just like pour the ingredients into the front of the horse and then your meal comes out back.
And then it comes out like bing, like you open the side and there it is.
Are you advocating for the walking microwave? Is that?
I thought you were going to say, "Are you okay?"
I've never asked a death question like that, Linz.
I don't know I'm not okay. You know how we met. Anyways, yeah, I shouldn't have said any of that. It should just be people, I guess.
It should just be people. Well, I for one will love our robot overlords, whichever bizarre food-based animal shape they come in. Yeah.
Oh, dinosaur.
Oh, now we're talking.
Dinosaur, right?
Dinosaur robots. I'm there. I'm sold. Point me the way.
Cat? There's got to be something. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be something. Red panda. Oh, red panda. They can stand up. Cute. Yeah.
You couldn't make a robot cat though. I think they'd just be dicks. Like, no way. Assuming that form, they would take on.
Well, you don't have to program the personality. I'm just talking about form, like shape.
Oh no, I think they would. I think they just kind of assume it, and you build all these robots thinking, oh, they're going to look after my gran, and then you'd come round and like her medication had just all been knocked off the bench, and the robot's just like, what? What are you going to do about it? Give me some charging. Come on. Not going to plug itself funny. In.
Yeah, it keeps unplugging itself because it keeps playing with the cord. Yeah. But that would be a cute toy, though, wouldn't it? Then again, you could just have a cat.
You could just have a cat, and it's statistically less likely to murder your grandmother.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, when I said, "Did you have anything to add at the end?" I didn't think it would go in.
Never ask me an open-ended question, Linz.
Yeah, true. Okay, well, we are about to hit the 1 hour mark, which is absolutely perfect. How have you done that?
Psychic, Linz. I told you. It's my telepathic abilities.
Psychic, but over 5'5". All right. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming onto the podcast today and sharing this amazing story.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and we will see everyone in the next one. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.